Hello everybody, and welcome back. Welcome to something new. It's been a while, but I thought I might try out Elden Ring. Now I have played this game. Obviously, it's amazing. It's like my favorite game of all time. I love it. But I thought I would do a walkthrough, per se. Now I haven't beaten the game yet. My main playthrough has been on PS5. But I thought I would give it a try and do a sort of walkthrough to sort of share my experience and how I play. Because I've played all the Souls games. I love them. They're my favorite games of all time. And I'd like to think I'm pretty decent at them by now. So I thought I would share my experience and my skill, I guess, although I'm definitely not the best. But let's get started, and hopefully it will help some of you if you are struggling. So I have started this on PC, but I didn't really get very far. I wanted to sort of do this. But in terms of class, usually I go Dex, but I wanted to try something different for this, so I was thinking Strength, because that would be something really out of my comfort zone. Something I've really never done before. So it should be interesting to try something different. I'm trying to find which one's the best strength, because I'm thinking I want to go like great swords, dual great swords. It's looking like it's gonna be this, which would be nice because I haven't done a hero. Golden Seed is probably the best thing you could start out with. An extra flask right off the beginning is amazing. I'm not gonna waste too much time with this. Just do a Spy Ninja, and yep, I think we're good. I guess we can spend a little bit of time. Create a beautiful character. All the presets are disgusting and hideous. We'll start with Warrior. I'm not spending much time, because I'm not one for character customization. Yes. Let's go mature. Skin color is fine. Oh boy. Yeah, this is why I don't do character customization. You know what? Okay, no, we gotta change that hairstyle. We gotta go for a real rugged guy, looking like he can wield a greatsword. You know what? I see it. Right here. Facial hair. Obviously has to be a massive beard. And there it is. Nothing fancy. But perfect at the same time. This is the character I made earlier. I was using on my other playthrough. But we got this. Well, I don't want to load. Oh, wait, I'm loading. Finish. Wait, is that the... Yeah, okay. And I will be quiet for the intro. I thought it was going to start. Alright, here we go. I think. Maybe? Alright.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
A lot of interesting characters and story that they dump on you there in that intro, and definitely sets the tone for the beginning of the game. And here we are. Okay. We are ready to face the fields of battle. So I will be playing this basically as if I know nothing. I'm not going to say what's going to happen. We're just going to take it at face value and see it when we see it. But this is where we start. Got a blocked off door at the beginning. And really not too much around here, but you can definitely see what looks like a castle off in the distance. Pretty cool. But in terms of everything else, you really can't see a whole lot. Just got a bunch of empty space, nothing really to collect. This is just to serve as a basic intro to the game. There is nothing behind here. I can go around and go check. But, here we go. Oh. Can make our way into here, which is a very... a boss door. If you ever played a FromSoft game, you would know what that is. And, just as expected, a boss. Not sure how well this is going to go, as this guy tends to destroy me. Get a few hits in. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, got that off. That was way too early. I'm dead. Yep. I actually did better than I thought I was going to. That's the best I've ever done against him. Right in the beginning there. And now we are cast off like trash. Straight off into the abyss below. Into where the real game begins.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all. One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Alright, and now we are actually in the base of the game. Get our flasks, healing and magic, and you could continue straight up. This will lead us out into the actual world, but we're going to take the time to go through the tutorial. Talk to this guy. Brave Tarnished, take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. That is exactly what we're going to do. Hop straight into the tutorial, which is a pretty simple tutorial. Just for the sake of I've already played this and I already know how to play, I'm basically going to be running through here. But if you were playing, I would recommend taking your time and actually reading the messages on what to do. Actually, there are no messages. I'm thinking early Dark Souls, it'll pop up with hints, which I actually have turned off. So I'm just going to run through for the items and just to experience everything. We can get our first things of crafting items, some rubber fruit, and we'll head up towards this bad boy. I thought that would have broken his guard, but apparently not. I'm actually interested. This scales D&D. Okay, so this isn't really a strength scaling weapon, although we can make our own scaling later. Test out some jumping attacks. What is the skill for this weapon? I think it's... That is not what I thought it was. Okay, dude. Oh yeah, this is gonna be pretty powerful. I want to get my hands on a great sword or some type of bigger weapon as soon as possible. But for now, I think actually they want you to do stealth here. I guess we'll abide by what they want us to do. Except I prefer to face my enemies head on. Alright, now I want to see what this does. I'm gonna have to read that. I'm not quite sure how you keep that going. It seems like it should continue. Wild strike. Swing armament with the wild abandon. Hold. That's what it is. Whoa! Oh wow. That just keeps going. Okay. Try it out. Okay, that does not work to stun him. But he should be dead. Yep. Pretty tough boss. Barely made it out of there with our lives. It was brutal. Did I light? I really hope I lit the thing down there. I think I did. So I think we're good. But you do all that for an emote. And now you know how to play the game. Which we already knew. But our first real challenge will not be right away. It will be lying shortly ahead. And boy oh boy is it pretty tough. Especially when you're first just dumped into the game. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Take up the lift. Reach the top. And ready? Here we go. Oh yeah. The beautiful world of Elden Ring. And you can actually see our first major opponent down there. Very, very powerful. But we're gonna take him on regardless. But first...
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you, Tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a Tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you, Tarnished, to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave. Grace's guidance will reveal to Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Drafted. It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you, if you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are. It's time you to Castle
Okay.
if you seek.
So pretty much he calls you a virgin. You're maidenless, essentially. I mean, that's pretty much what he's talking about. Not really, but you get the picture. But he was pretty much telling us to follow these. These are essentially the rays of grace, and they point you, if you look here on the map, they'll point you in a general direction. If you are looking for the main story, or like a main path that leads to main story bosses, you'll want to follow these, although there is a plenty big map to explore which these graces won't point you towards, and we're gonna see every inch of it in this playthrough. Because I intend to take you through every single boss and important encounter, and pretty much mostly every NPC encounter. I'm going based off of my knowledge and what I've seen, so I might miss a few things here and there, but I will try to get everything that I can. But now we're going to dedicate our time to fighting this guy. And this will be my first time fighting him with this axe, so we'll see how it goes. It shouldn't be too different, but you never know. And he can be a pain, so let's try it. Tree Sentinel. And he is pretty imposing. And I'm already screwing up. Alright, let's just go on. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to use the golden seed. Well, this probably isn't going to go very well. And I also didn't switch over my FP flasks. That was also a mistake. But we'll try our best. This boss will really teach you about learning proper timings, as I completely screw it up. But yes, this will really teach you about how to dodge and pretty much do everything in terms of combat, which I am doing very terribly at right now. That is just not quite long enough to hit him. Oh, he actually faked his attack and didn't do it. Alright, I need to pay attention. We're down to no flasks, so it really isn't looking too great. But we'll try our best with what we have. It's actually pretty dangerous to stay too close to him for too long. He'll tend to start to do some really hard to dodge attacks, such as the horse hit, when he just starts to bash you with the left side of the horse. But now, since we have him at half, he will start to do some new attacks, which mainly involve the shield. And they're pretty annoying AoEs. Oh, like that, and that got me. Okay. Well, now let's do what we were supposed to do, which is actually properly equip our flasks. So yeah, now we can actually add our charge with the golden seed that we got. We don't have that. And we can allocate all of our charges to healing, since our combat art at the moment is not that great. So we start with the champion set. It's not really that great in terms of defense or anything. So let's try again. Hello, buddy. Oh, I did actually get the hit off. I'm not gonna get too greedy. I'll play him pretty safe, the way you're pretty much intended to fight him. Going in for the charge. Get about 2 hits safely. No, it's not. Yeah. See, I knew he was gonna do that. Nope. Not gonna. I could have hit there. I don't want to take any unnecessary hits if I don't have to. He's not doing his one attack, which he usually does. That was weird. He's playing very differently. Interesting. I can get in the hit here. I can get out of that for sure. I don't like how I'm this close to him. See, oh my gosh, it did a lot of damage. I'm screwing it up now. I am in a very bad position. Oh, that was weird. This is the attack that he's usually supposed to do, which for some reason he hasn't done hardly at all. It's weird that he's doing this. It's odd. Now we're starting with the shield attack, so I gotta watch out for that like that. And this, which is... uh-oh. Get 3 hits in since I started attacking early. No, that's the bad one. That'll instant kill you if you're not careful. I am not in a good spot. Dang, missed him. Just get away from him for that. You can get in and get a hit, but it can be risky depending on what he decides to do after. This weapon's range is not that great. Whew. Thankfully I'm dodging these, otherwise it would absolutely devastate my health bar. Get 3 hits in there. I don't know why I hesitated there. I was kind of expecting the follow-up. None of that crap. You want that overhead swing like you just did. That is the best attack. Oh, dang, dude, he holds that for so long. I need to get out of these trees. It'll be the death of me. 3. Get away. Try to go back and bait. Not that. I don't want that attack. Again? Do the charge, please. Thank you. And he's dead. And that is how you beat the tree symbol. You just gotta stay on his, what is that, his right side. You get actually a very good weapon, the Golden Halberd. I wouldn't actually mind using this. Getting our faith up to 12 wouldn't be too bad, and it is a very powerful weapon. One we might even work our way up to. But I'm thinking more of a greatsword, but we'll try out different weapons. So I just want to regain my flasks. and then we'll continue. So as of right now, we can't really do anything yet. Can't level up, can't do anything. We don't even have our horse. So for now, we're just going to follow the Ray of Lost Grace, which appears to be pointing to this church. And you can also run around and kill some of the local wildlife, as you do as a young hunter such as ourselves. And we'll pick up thin beast bones, which will actually be pretty useful in terms of collecting gear, or being able to craft items later. So I picked up a golden rune. Golden runes can be essentially used like soul items. They'll give you a set amount of runes, and in this case the level 1s will give you 200. Not really a whole lot, but they can add up pretty quickly. But as you can see, it was pointing towards another grace here at the Church of Ella. Or LA, I don't know, I'm just going to call it how I want to call it. The Church of Ella. Now we can rest at that, and come over here, where we will find a smithing stone shard, and a smithing table where we can upgrade our weapon. Although we need 2 shards, and we only got 1 from that, so we're going to have to wait a little bit. But, you can see Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, just sitting over here.
You're a Tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only Tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
So, he is exactly what he says he is, a merchant. And one useful thing from killing Tree Sentinel is we got 3,000 souls. We have 3,800 to work with here. And one thing you need to buy is the crafting kit. It allows you to start crafting items, and it's also very recommended that you buy these cookbooks. Cookbooks are essentially recipe books that allow you to craft new items. These are useful. These will give you hints and clues about certain things to do in the open world, or how to solve maybe a certain puzzle, or how to kill certain enemies. We won't be needing them, because I already know them, but another useful thing to get would be the torch, as there are many dark areas in this game. And you can even pick up the pots, which is what we're going to do for 900, and that pretty much wipes out our runes.
Goodbye.
I think I was saying souls, it's runes. Make that very clear. But yeah, now you can see the crafting menu, which we really don't have anything useful to craft yet. Arrows, but they're not that great. And with the pots, we can craft some fire and holy pots, which honestly aren't really that useful. But, I mean, in certain situations they can be. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unequip this since we're not even using it. And we're going to set off. We will come back to explore later, but I want us to continue the path forward because there is something very useful that we will get farther in. Okay, I will go actually explore the sides. Exploration is key in this game. If you don't explore and you just do the main path, it's going to be very difficult. You're not going to get the crafting materials you need, and you're going to miss out on a lot of key encounters. Kill some bats. Whoa, that is the highest I've ever seen a bat go in this game. They're pretty weak. Not really anything too troublesome. And they were guarding a golden rune. Worth it? I'd say so. See some eagles over there. We can sneak up on them and claim their loot. Ah! And they didn't even drop anything. But over there in the distance you can actually see another region. We are in the region of Limgrave, which, as you can see, the map is very small right now. It gets much bigger later. Much bigger. But for now, these will all be areas that we will go exploring eventually in time. But for now, we're going to continue on the main path, because continuing on the main path makes exploration a lot easier later. We'll actually heal up, because one key feature to Elden Ring is that when you are fighting in the open world and you kill a group of enemies, they will actually replenish some of your flasks, so you can maintain in the open world for longer without a save point. Got some of Godric's lackeys, some of his soldiers just roaming around. Take them out, no problem. They're not really much of a threat, but they can definitely overwhelm you, so don't think that they're nothing, because they can kill you. But if you listen right now, you can actually hear a faint twinkling sound. And if you played any of the other games, you would know that that twinkling sound would mean that a Titanite lizard was nearby. Well, that's actually pretty similar in this game, except it's not a lizard. It's a beetle. A dung beetle. And I completely missed. Oh no. This one, however, doesn't give you any special items. Instead, it will replenish your flasks. If they are red or blue, they'll just refill your flask. But if they're other colors, they will do a lot more. Such as give you special items, which can be pretty useful in terms of new abilities, and you'll see as we get some later. We'll just continue our way through the woods, and you can actually see our first optional dungeon that we're going to be heading to here in a minute. Just got a bunch of soldiers. I don't know why they're really patrolling these woods, but I guess they decided to set up camp. Oh, I got some bolts for a crossbow that I do not have. It's always useful. Just foraging some crafting items. And here we are at the Groveside Cave. This is our first, like I said, optional dungeon. And it will be a key place where we will need our torch, because it gets pretty dark in this game. And you pretty much need a torch if you're gonna last in some of the darker areas. I mean, without a torch, I mean, you can still see, but some dungeons get a lot darker than this. What we actually want to do is, you can see that there are wolves below us. We want to sneak and get this guy. It's one less to deal with. This is actually a special one, and I'm getting absolutely destroyed. This weapon's definitely interesting, not something I'm too used to. I'm actually gonna die if I'm not paying attention. Why? Get down here. It'll take me some time to get used to this weapon until we can get a better one. But killed those wolves. We got another cracked pot to use for crafting pots. Pot-like throwables. They're actually pretty good. Later on, you can get some pretty interesting throwable pots, which can help a lot. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Gotta love wolves. Collect a bunch of optional stuff. You want to make sure you pick up everything you can in these caves. Because collecting everything is definitely very useful. As you can see, we're up against another boss. Something optional caves will have a lot of. They will always contain a boss for the most part. And we have the Beastman of Farm Azula, who can actually be an extreme pain to deal with. And with a short weapon like this, it could end up being quite a pain. Because he has insane combos. And he holds his attacks very long. Oh man. Doesn't help that I also don't have my full healing coming into this. Okay. Calm down there, buddy. Oh, he's doing... Oh, I thought he was going to do his big combo. Now he's doing his big combo. Get 2 hits in, it doesn't allow you to get that 3rd one. Oh, not something you want to be blocking. Actually, it worked pretty well, but he could have broke my stamina. That was stupid of me. I want him to do that big wind down. Doing it? No. That was... I knew that was gonna happen too. He's not doing his big attack. There we go. Whew. Surprised I got out of that. There we go. Whew. This axe actually does some pretty decent damage. And we get our first talisman, which are basically rings if you played any of the other games. But this one just helps us with fire damage. Or helps us negate fire damage that would be inflicted upon us. Nothing too crazy, but we'll take it regardless. Use this to teleport it back up to the entrance. Want to make sure to rest, because we have nothing. Alright. We're coming near the end of the first part here. But what I want to do is I want to visit one more place. I want to make one more key moment of progress before we end today. And I'm not going to be able to kill this guy, am I? Root resin, very important you pick that up. It's very useful for certain item crafting. But as you can see, there's this statue. These are called Stakes of America. And they act as checkpoints. Basically, if you would die, you can choose to respawn at one of these checkpoints. And it pretty much saves you time from having to run all the way back from your last grace. Although, it's not... I mean, they don't put them in all the time, but they are definitely very useful. You can't rest at them, so you're only able to just teleport back to them. Definitely very useful. But in some cases, they don't place them down at all. There's another feature I actually want to show you, which was in the tutorial. I'm trying to find a good opportunity to use it. Here. And I completely screwed up. Hold on. It's called a block counter. Basically, if you block an attack and an enemy hits you, you can hit R2 or RT. I'm using on Xbox. Well, I'm on PC, but playing with an Xbox controller. But you can hit RT or R2 to do a follow-up, which basically does massive posture damage, and this guy is being an incredible douchebag and not letting me try it out. These shield people, man, they play so defensive. Okay, I'm about done with this guy. Alright. Spear users. Don't be like him. Don't be a spear user. Just don't. But now we're here in the Gatefront Ruins, which stuff nicely does go on your map. But there's a very important item we want right there. However, it's guarded by a bunch of dudes and a very powerful guy over there, and I made a crucial error because that guy is going to alert every single person in this village. Because I should have killed him first, but instead I didn't. So now we're going to have to play very carefully, because we're gonna get destroyed, holy crap. But we can whittle them down. It's not impossible. That running strike's actually very useful. It's decently quick. Oh great, it's another spear user. Just what I wanted. Yes, I got it. Anyway, that'll do insane posture damage if you hit them when they're blocking. Ooh, got that off just in time. 2 more spear users, really? Ooh, some dude trying to just sneak up beside us. Got him. They're actually dropping some armor, which we'll probably use. Alright. She got these guys. Ooh. Nice. Let's able to run in. Can utilize the eye first. Come on, buddy. What you got? Waited a bit too long. Oh, he completely whiffed me. Alright. Now, we do want to kill the other guy. Except first, we're going to grab this item. Because it is actually very important. It's the map of West Limgrave anyway. And as you can see, it is massive. And this is just West Limgrave. There is also the north up here to explore. We got the east, the south. It's plenty big. And we're going to explore all of it. However, let's kill this guy. He looks pretty imposing. And for the most part, he pretty much is. But, can get behind him and backstab the crap out of him. Which does pretty decent damage. Oh no. Hold on 1 second. See, he knows I'm in my menu. Nice. The kukris in this game are pretty powerful. In previous Souls games, they really weren't that useful, but you can definitely utilize them pretty well here. Ow. I need to kill the dogs. Dogs are not something you want to fight enemies with. Ooh. Let's not. Ow. Dude, what? Alright, just reset, take our time. And he's pretty much done with that fatal error of his. So there are a few more things we want to collect here. Get some butterflies, very useful. Some herba. And there's a few items around here that we want to collect. For example, something else. Around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh, there might be something here. I always want to check everything. I'll have to be double checking everything because I'm not really sure. I forget where some of the stuff is, but down here there's a secret ruins. Which will lead us to some interesting loot. Our first Ash of War and a whetstone knife. The whetstone knife will allow us to put our Ashes of War on. And Ashes of War are basically our skills, like this. This is an Ash of War. And we can replace them as we see fit at sites of grace. I almost said bonfires. These carriages are also pretty important. Because they have chests embedded inside of them. As you can see, I just got 3 flasks back from clearing that whole camp. Flail. I wonder if that would be good. Oh, it's Dex, though. I don't really want to use... Oh, that is a lot smaller than I expected. But we're going to stick with the battle axe. It's a lot better. But if you run up here, you got more ruins to explore. Some more herba. And another carriage with a chest. I remember there being a... Oh, he probably got called when we alerted, you know, every single person in the camp. And get the Lord's One Greatsword, which we'll probably be using since we want to go for a Greatsword. But we're going to need 10 decks to use it, which is 1 level. It's pretty cool. But But for now, we're gonna have to equip the battle axe. But this is where I'm going to end. But first, sit back and watch.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord.
A Honda Accord, of course.
Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree.
And of course, we're going to
Then
accept,
settle.
because we need a
Summon me
firekeeper
by grace
or a
to
maiden.
turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
So, this is very important, and this is why I wanted to get here and why you should get here as quick as possible. Because it allows you to level up and you get access to the horse, which makes traveling only 1,000 times easier. I mean, it would take forever to walk everywhere, and there's some places that I don't even think can be accessed without the horse. But for now, we're going to level
Shall
up.
I let my hand
Oop, I
rest
accidentally
upon
skipped
you
dialogue. My bad.
for but a moment? Share them with me. Your thoughts,
For now, we're going to do one dex,
your
because we need that
ambitions,
dex to use the greatsword.
the principles
We're going to put another
you
into
would follow.
vitality, you definitely, or vigor. You definitely want more health. We're going to need endurance. We actually have 2 more. I'm going to put 1 in the strength and 1 endurance. We're going to go pretty well rounded right now. And there we go. As you can see, the Ashes of War, not going to lie, Ash of War Storm Stomp is not that great. So instead, we're going to do nothing. She's going to fade away, and we actually have one more thing to do. I know I said I was going to leave, or stop here, but if you go back to the Church of Ella at night, there's something awaiting you.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent.
Something actually very interesting about Rena here. Rani, what I'm kind of confused with what I forgot what she said. I think she said Rena. You can actually see that she has 2 parts to her. She has her, her normal body, but then she has like a ghostly figure beside her. It's very interesting. And we can call this
As I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master.
I actually never realized, but she has 4 hands. I don't know how I never saw that.
'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits, summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
So, she gave us the spirit calling bell. We'll actually
Forgive mine
finish talking
intrusion,
to her.
Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
The two fingers are basically like our covenant. We'll see them later. But for now, she fades away and says we'll basically never see her again. Which, I guess we'll find out if that's true. I'm actually going to equip these because these are better than what I have. But, she gave us the bell. The spectral bell, which can be used to summon ashes of war. Ashes of war. Ashes, which are pretty much spirits that can help you in battle. Now, I'm not going to be using these too much. Maybe like certain encounters I'll try them out to show you, but they're pretty much help, which can help you with bosses. But for now, we're going to put stuff over here in our pouch. We're going to put the horse, and we're going to put the ashes. As you can see, here's the horse. It's very lovely, and it can do a nice double jump, and it's really cool. But for now, we're going to teleport to the gate front, and we're going to call it a day. So thank you guys for watching. This was basically just part 1 of a very long series, as I plan on doing, as I said, every single thing there is to do in this game. I plan on showing you how to get all the endings, how to pretty much do everything, all NPC quests, or that I know of anyway. I'll probably miss a few, I'm guessing, but I'm going to be doing all bosses, for sure. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next Elden Ring episode. Be sure to like and subscribe, and see you later.